yeah, yeah, yeah. We can take you anywhere, but we can take you anywhere.
Well, hello. Joining me today on this Zoom call, we have Luke Hale. Tell me all about Taxi Butler. What's happening in the world of the block of cheese?
What's happening in the world? Taxi Butler. So I think, like taxi companies experienced, the pandemic was a pretty tough time for us. We diversified a bit and brought out Driver Bubble and some screens and testing and everything to kind of support the taxi market as best as we could with different products. And I think now that we've come out of that, booking numbers have started creeping up again. But yeah, so I think our next kind of phase that we're in at the moment is looking at what we can bring to the market next. That's the next big thing, and how we can support fleets and customers and drivers best with our technology. We've been around for a while in the market now, and I think 2024 is probably going to be the biggest year for us in terms of new products and new services, and yeah, quite a lot to come in 2024. It's exciting.
Wow. Can you give us a little hint on that, Luke, at all? What exciting new innovative products you've got coming forward?
Yeah, I think essentially we're going to have a product to meet every kind of venue, every kind of scenario, whether it's indoor, outdoor, if a hotel receptionist is using it, if a person's using it on their phone, if a person's using it in a hotel lobby themselves, or whatever option, we're going to have something for absolutely every scenario. That's our plan. So yeah, look out for 2024.
So obviously you get the KPIs or the stats for the Taxi Butler. Is there a type of venue that people should be looking at, that we should be looking at, that has more bookings than others? You know, doctor's surgery versus restaurant versus hotel. Is there a particular sort of area that is more productive than another?
Yeah, 100%. So we see that obviously hotels, restaurant, bars are kind of like the staple that people often think of with Taxi Butlers. But actually there are some other types of venues which perform pretty well, and actually better than a lot of those. So casinos, they turn out a lot of bookings. So wherever you've got a casino in your area, it's worth putting in. Supermarkets also, they generate a lot of bookings from there. And like you said, medical centers. So just if a doctor's surgery, for example, someone might get a taxi there, needs to go and see their doctor. A lot of bookings come from those kind of places. So there's a few. And then just kind of one-off type of venues like taxi offices. If you have an office in the town centre, something like that, those generate a phenomenal amount of bookings sometimes. So I think it's just thinking about those. With the QR products, we're seeing people put those into hotel rooms and pairing it with a Taxi Butler in the reception.
I was going to ask you that. QR code versus Taxi Butler. Obviously, we've been quite proactive with our team going around our sites putting out QR codes. But and QR codes became more fashionable again after COVID because we have to scan to enter venues there. They kind of disappeared before that. Are you finding there's more bookings going through QR codes now?
Yeah, there's a few things going on there. By far, the hardware devices still perform the best. And actually, the Taxi Butler one, the original one, I don't know if it'll work. This one, that is still the highest kind of performing device. And probably the reason for that is it's so simple. You just press a button and it books the job straight away. With the QR, it's not as many bookings, but what's nice about it is you can put it into places that you wouldn't be able to put a Taxi Butler. So maybe like a college campus, you can do a marketing campaign, partner up with those guys, and provide a kind of level of service that you wouldn't be able to do with just hoping you could just leave a Taxi Butler out in the open. I think it works well in kind of like a pairing with a Taxi Butler. So like for a hotel, you can have the receptionist have a device, and that will get used a lot. But then you could also have it on a little table tent in the bedrooms. So if someone's getting ready to go out, they can just scan the code and do the booking themselves. Some people obviously prefer to kind of be in control and make the booking themselves, which is a nice thing about the QR as well. But yeah, in honesty, by far, hardware devices still generate the most booking. But I think it's about having another tool in your kind of toolbox.
Yeah. The more tools, the more bookings. Wait, so you mentioned earlier there's one Taxi Butler that is the busiest. Do tell.
Yes.
Right.
So I think it's actually in all of Europe. I'm not sure if it quite gets the world one, but certainly in Europe, it's the highest performing. So
And how many bookings is that doing per week, do you know? So it gets the status of being Europe's busiest taxi butler.
Well, I'll tell you per month what it's doing. So on average, it's around 7,000 bookings from this one Taxi Butler one.
Wow. And the button's not worn out being pressed 7,000.
Button's not worn out. No. In fact, its best ever month was last December. So coming up to this time last year, and that was just did over 9,000 bookings that month. And last month it did around 7,500 bookings. So it's definitely up there.
Wow. And so where have they put this? The doctor's surgery, is it? A lot of ill people? Or
well, no.
A lot of hungry people in a restaurant? Or where is it? What is it?
Wow, that's part of the reason I'm talking with you, I suppose. So it's one of your fleet. I want to take me fleet.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. I feel like I need to celebrate. There you go. Fireworks. So whereabouts is it? I'm going to take a guess. It's probably a taxi office, isn't it?
It is a taxi office of yours. And it is in Northampton area as well.
Northampton. That has to be the Bounds taxi office in the centre of Northampton, I'm guessing.
Absolutely. Yeah, so that's it. So it was a bit of a surprise, to be honest, to see that. I had to check that the guys had done their reporting correctly when I was looking at the stats. And I even got in touch with your guys to check it on their end. But yeah, absolutely. That's it. So that one's paying for itself very nicely, I would say.
You might have just done Chris that works in that office out of a job. Now I know that it takes that many. Yeah. He's been replaced by a block of cheese. Just press his button. Yeah. Do you know what?
That's so well done.
It was his idea to put it there. So what I'm going to do, I've got my coat on. I'm just going to nip down to Northampton and go and see Chris, and let's have a look at this taxi butler and where he's placed it. So thank you very much for your time, Luke. I'm just off to Northampton.
No, very welcome.
And all right. I hope you and your family have a lovely Christmas and a happy New Year. And we look forward to all your new products in 2020.
Thank you very much. And also, if anyone's interested, up until the end of this year, if you want any taxi butlers, let me know, because I'll waive any hardware fees or anything for you guys. Just mention this video.
Excellent. No hardware fees. Mention this video. What do they do? These like and subscribe, guys. Hit the link there, and why not watch this video over here? But okay, once you watch that video over there, I'm gonna just get up and go to Northampton. Luke, see you later.
All right, safe travels.
I'm now in Northampton on a rainy day, but it doesn't matter. I've come to see where this taxi butler is. And you said outside the Bounds office? There we go. Let's see if we can find it. There it is. Europe's #1 taxi butler. Would you believe that little block of cheese sat there is doing so many bookings